Hey guys, this is Poet Spice and I'm here to do another collab with Beebeecrafts. So I am using their 4 buildings die set, and as you can see here, I went ahead and cut each piece. I used various pieces of cardstock from my stash. I also had a card base and some additional cardstock. I'm just going to go ahead and round those corners, and I'm going to layer it up on that 4x6 card base. Now it's so fun because these dies, you can make them any length at the bottom that you want. So I've cut them relatively short, but since there's no cutting edge on the bottom, that means you can make the layers longer or shorter so that you can make flat cards. You could also put this in a pop-up box type of card, and it would just be very interesting to see the layers. You could also use some foam tape or some foam dots, and you could also do the same thing. So here I'm just going to go ahead and create a flat card that's layered up. And I've taken each piece and I've cut it in a slightly lighter color as I go forward. So the darkest is in the back and then in the front. Then I also took some of those trees and cut some silver paper later on, so you'll see that. Here I'm just trying to decide how far up and down on the card I want to place each item. I'm just going to go ahead and take some glue and glue those down. I'm going to go ahead and place this on the front of my card. And then if there's any overhang, you don't really have to worry about it because, like you can see on that right hand side, there's a little bit longer than my card. So once I'm finished layering all the pieces up, I'll just go ahead and take the scissors, or you could put it in a paper trimmer and slice those extra pieces off. Now, another thing I like about these dies is the fact that you could layer them up in multiple ways. And because of the way things are spaced, you can adjust what you want in the front or the back or so forth. You could even just use them just like one layer if you wanted to. You could also, don't forget that you could also always just cut individual pieces off. Another thing that I found interesting with these dies, although I did not do this, is the die also does not cut down the side. So you could actually take the dies and make a continuous piece by laying one piece beside each other as you go down, and then you'd have a longer piece, so you could use it for like a slimline card, and a journal page, and that would be interesting, or a scrapbook page as well. Now once I get to this last layer, I do want to make sure that I've covered the bottom of the card. And then if it goes over the edge, like I said, you could slice it off and then go back and use some corner rounders to round up the corners again to make sure everything's just perfect. Now, since I have this kind of night sky scene going on, I decided that I would take some of the stars. There's a star die, and take some of those stars, cut them out of silver paper, and then go ahead and glue them on. They're really tiny, so it's kind of difficult to see, but I'm trying to hold it up here so you can see the little teeny tiny stars. I'm just going to take some leftover scraps and put them on the inside of the card. I always like to do the insides of my cards so that you can have decoration on the inside. It just makes it look nicer. It also helps balance out the paper. So if you put several layers of paper on the front part of your card and you don't put additional layers on the back side of your card, when you open it or when the person gets it and feels it, it feels kind of lopsided, like it's really heavy on the front and really light on the back. By adding extra layers, that helps balance out that weight. Besides, it makes it look pretty. Now, I did not have sentiment dies from Beebeecraft, so I did have to go dig into my stash to kind of find one for that. So what I ended up doing is find greetings, and I put that on the front, and then you can just see this kind of cool night scene. All right, thanks for watching, and go check out the description box below and for all the information. Bye-bye.